Hello, everybody, and welcome into Senior Living Live. My name is Melissa. Thank you so much for being with us on the road, as you can see, in one of our gorgeous communities in the Chicago, Illinois area, Arbor Terrace at Highland Park. And you see this beautiful woman with me, Brandi Blizzard. We're talking about engagement. Engagement is really the centerpiece of all of the Arbor communities. It is so important, and today we're going to tell you why. Brandi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself and what you do with the Arbor Company.
Yep. So my name is Brandi Blizzard, and I serve as our Vice President of Engagement and Discipline Leader to really oversee all the engagement programming in all of our communities through all of our levels of care. And day to day I support all of our teams and our communities and all of our engagement directors and activity team staff, and just all that they do each day, and ensuring that our communities have all the right tools and resources and support that they need to have successful engagement in their communities.
Yeah, and that really is the key difference between somebody who is maybe aging in place in their own home, right? Or coming to a community like here in Chicago. I mean, it is crucial, as we have found, right, with data over the years, that isolating yourself isn't going to do you any good. So we provide this engagement and these engagement opportunities specifically for a reason. Brandi, why?
Yeah, so engagement is so important in all of our communities. I mean, it's our passion, and we love what we get to do. And in the 30 years that Arbor Company has been in business and managing the communities, one of our main missions and goals is to really engage and enrich the health and spirit of the residents that we care for. Engagement is really built on one of our foundations of building deep connections. It's that social connection that you talked about, of someone aging in place and at home, and what's something unique and an experience that they're going to be able to get in our communities, and it's that social connection with others and being able to engage and participate in things that are important to them and that bring purpose to their life. And so that's what we get to do. We get to build those deep connections, and we get to learn each person's uniqueness, who they've been, who they are, and what dreams do they still have? What purposes or things that they may still want to fulfill, and we get to be a part of helping them write that next chapter in their story.
Yeah, and if COVID taught us anything, it is this subject right here, and that is engagement and being around people and what that looks like for all of us when we're isolated, right? So imagine that on a day-to-day without COVID. That's what we're trying to prevent, right? And we talk about the difference between somebody living at home, living in a community. It's a huge difference. And every single one of you watching, you know it because we've all experienced it. So I'm so glad that you were able to point that out, exactly why engagement is so important. What does it look like on a day-to-day basis in a typical Arbor community?
Wow. So in any of our typical Arbor communities, through all of our levels of care, through independent living, assisted living, our unique bridges, neighborhood and programming and memory care, you're going to find just a calendar, a day full of just robust offerings for different people. You're going to see so many different options because we really are trying to meet the needs of so many unique folks. So there's plenty to choose from. You're going to see a balance of different types of activities or programs that are offered, everything from health and wellness focus to spiritual to just fun things, recreation and leisure, to arts and education, art programs, excursions. So just a full, robust state, just opportunities to socialize and build deep connections with others. And maybe that's a club, a bridge club that's meeting, or a poker club, or people that gather that have like interests in small groups and those things. Plus, you'll see some large group offerings too, with just a large variety.
So this is where we talk about staff, right? Because staff, it's where it starts. And so staff is so important. Our engagement staff, Brandi, when you are hiring somebody for a role within an engagement specific role at an Arbor community, what exactly are you looking for?
Well, for me personally, first and foremost, I'm looking for their heart.
Yeah.
Because really any role in this industry and what we do, it starts with the heart. Just like building deep connections we were talking about, but you really have to have the heart and the passion to love seniors and to really love what you do. And so that's number one, is just really looking at their heart and passion. But along with that specifically for engagement is creativity, someone who's creative, someone who's able to just really connect with others, because that's a lot of what we do is we're connecting. We're connecting with all of our residents. We're learning them. We're learning them in a very deep way so that we can find those things. Also, all our programming, you'll see it changes so much from time to time because we're changing that programming based on, the residents who are in our communities and what interests they have. And so we're looking for people who can connect with others. Being organized is kind of a plus because as you see our robust schedules and all that we're doing, it takes a lot of organization on the back end to make all of those things happen and providing all those opportunities for everyone. So we also have a lot of special events and parties, and so having some experience or some skills in being able to throw events together and decorate and so really we say in our role you wear so many hats and no day is ever the same and you cannot get bored.
Yeah, and we talk about those particular changes, right? It could change because somebody may not, there may be a group that says, you know what, we should try this instead. But what I like in terms of change, Arbor is all about aging in place, right? So you can have some communities where somebody can move into independent living, and as they need a little bit more help, they can move to assisted living. They don't have to leave the building, which is wonderful. Engagement is specific to those who have specific needs. How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our communities, you will really see a lot of some of the same programs as you go through those different neighborhoods and levels of care as people needs. But what we do is we learn to kind of tailor those to those residents' needs at that time. Sort of similar to the gym journey that we were talking about earlier as we go through those different levels of how can we tailor what engagement might look like, but we're going to offer those same, we have a yoga or Tai Chi class or instructor, we're going to have that in all of our different, neighborhoods. So, but as you may, need assisted living or bridges or memory care, we start offering more small group things. We have more increased levels of staff. We, do those activities in smaller amounts of time so we can break them down. But you'll see the same programming and activities offered, throughout all of our neighborhoods and levels of care, but we really tailor it based on the needs of those residents as they change.
Yeah, and in this video, for maybe those who didn't see the other one about the Tover Taffel, which is one great addition to engagement in a few of our Arbor communities, soon to be 20 total. What are the gym levels? And as you mentioned, it's for somebody who may not know.
Yeah, so the gym levels are, again, just it's a way that we talk about the different stages of the dementia journey. And so we use this gym level philosophy so that no matter what really stage of the journey someone's on, if they're given the right setting and the right care and the right engagement, that they can shine. And we really look for ways for people to be independent through all those different stages of the journey and finding ways to engage them and have them shine.
Yeah, I love that. So just in case you didn't know, you want to look up more about the gems and what each of them means, you can find that on our website. We'll talk about that at the end of the interview. Brandi, as we wind this down, somebody may be watching, and they themselves may be the senior, and say, you know what, I probably need a little bit more engagement in my life. I can't drive anymore. I can't go see my circle of friends. I live far away from my family. I need this in my life. What can they do? What are some of the steps they can take?
You do need this in your life. You need people, and you need all the amazing fun that we have, within our Arbor communities. And so I would just encourage you, take that first step, reach out. As Melissa mentioned, go to the Arbor Company website, and that's Arbor, A-R-B-O-R, arborcompany.com, and find one of our communities nearest you. We'd love to get to know you and just really start finding out how we can meet the needs that you have and getting you plugged into maybe some of the amazing engagement. We also always encourage folks to, when we make that connection with you and can get to know you, we would love to offer you a program calendar at that community, and feel free to come try out something. If you see classes on there or an event or something that we're doing, we'd love to have you as an honored guest.
Yeah, that's a great way to try it out, and really, when it comes down to it, when you're making this huge decision to choose a senior living community, it's all about how it feels, and engagement is a huge part in how it feels in your day-to-day. So definitely come on out and try it out. Brandi, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as she mentioned, you can find out more about our Arbor communities at www.arborcompany.com. arbor.com. I've also got a telephone number for you, 404-237-4026. That will get you in. We can help you find the nearest Arbor community to you. Thank you so much for being a part of Senior Living Live, everybody. Have a great day.